Hello, everybody. Mrs. Cunningham has bought a Newsela Pro license for all of Kirby. So I'm going to show you some of the capabilities of the Newsela Pro. Pro is an expansion of just the regular Newsela, and I think you all will really like it. The first thing you need to do, though, is to join. So I'm going to click right here, and then disregard this. You're going to come down here to join and just click the button. Then you're going to click I'm an educator. You're going to click yes. You're going to select your role. If it's teacher, teacher. If it's department head, you do you. You're going to click next. Then this is very important. You're going to sign up with Google. Don't do this down here. Just sign up with Google and then follow the steps. I can't do it because I've already signed up with Google, but I just wanted to get you this far so that you could see what you need to do. So I'm going to go back and I'm just going to sign in because, well, I'm going to sign in. I'm going to sign in as myself so I can show you around. So I can sign in because I'm already there. I'm going to sign in with Google. Of course, my school account. That's important that you use your school account or it won't recognize your Pro version. Now, this is your splash page. It's not always going to look like Valentine's Day, of course, but Newsela has all kinds of articles and primary sources for you. You can see right here, here's the library, art and culture, science and math, religion and philosophy. You have all of these to choose from. There's primary sources, there's biographies and famous speeches. For career portals, there's some career articles and even myths and legends. And the really cool thing is you can get Spanish language articles as well. So if we have ELs that whose primary language is Spanish, if you want to, or if you're teaching Spanish, you can choose some Spanish language articles. So let's just search real quick. You can search through the library if you want to, or you could just go through the news. Here's the categories for the news. You have text sets, and these are just sets that people have put together that they think these articles go really well, okay, through Mile in Our Shoes, Cultivating Close Reading, state text sets, all of the content areas, science, literature, social studies, math, all of your cores. So there's a lot to choose from in here. So I'm just going to search. And here's the cool thing about search. I haven't even typed anything in yet, but right now you can see how you can adjust for what you want. Okay, you can adjust for if you've got a couple of kids in your class that have a very low reading level, you can choose this. However, I suggest you just choose kind of the middle of the road because I'm going to show you another way to adjust for your students. Then you can determine if you just want to assign by text level. That's like Alexile. So you can click here. Then down here, you can even click for reading skill. Okay. So if you are wanting to have them analyze for arguments and claims, okay, a social studies writing prompt instead of an English writing prompt, power words for vocabulary, all of these different text structures, you can click that and it'll return articles with that sort of content. You can click English or Spanish. Okay, there's even an arrow for format. So it can be essay, primary source, profiles, reference. So just clicking search without even clicking what you want to look for will give you all of this, all of these choices that you have. Okay, so I'm going to choose, let's just choose George Washington. And I'll just do this Mount Vernon article. So right up here, this is where you can, the text level is already a 6. The word count is 542. And that's the max for this one. So if you want to lower it though, let's say you have a student in your class that struggles with reading, you can lower it to a 380. And now the text level is 2. It's 388. It's the exact same article It's just at a lower Lexile level. So it looks like they're reading the same as every other kid. It's just adjusted. So see, I put it on 640 now, and it's text level 4, word count 576. And you can see that it's a little longer, but it all still has the same pictures, as many of the same words. The vocabulary words are going to be a little bit different, but this is the way that you can adjust for your kids. Now, the one thing you always want to look for, though, and I'll show you this later, is that the kids can adjust the text level too. So sometimes you have some kids, they're like, ooh, look, she set me at an 8, but I want to go down to 4. So you just double check on that, and I'll show you how to do that later. You've got all kinds of activities. So here's this. You've got power words. You've got, let's go back. You've got a quiz, okay, so that they have to kind of take a quiz as they go along, or they can look back, okay, and you've even got a writing prompt. This says write a short paragraph that explains the central idea of the article. Use at least 2 details from the article to support your response. But look, you can edit that. You can make this any short response that you want, any open-ended response that you want, and that way you can write your own, and they can answer your own. The other thing that students can do is they can highlight, okay, and they can annotate. You can highlight and annotate. So let's just say this says, I want to, I'll just say, tell me something new, or whatever, and you can share it. And then your students will have a little note from you, or you can require them to respond to it, okay? And you can do all kinds of things throughout here. If you want them to annotate in different things in different colors, they've got that capability as well. So all up here, you can add to a text set if you're making a text set. You can do present, save, share, print, all of this stuff, okay? Let's look at text sets real quick. So let's do a text set for science. So agriculture experiments are all about volcanoes. Let's do this because I know Ms. Gallenberger is doing the Earth and its crust and its core and all those science words. So all about volcanoes. So this text set was created by the Newsela staff, and it has a whole bunch of different articles in it that you can use about volcanic eruptions and the Earth and all that kind of thing. So you've got sets made just for you for your section if you choose to. So let's go back to our library. I'm going to go to Arts and Culture. And I'm going to choose Drape. And now you can just create an assignment. I'm going to assign now. I'm going to assign it to my Computer Discoveries 1. Okay. I'm going to adjust the level. So let's say I want it at grade 7 because they're 8th graders. I don't want it all the way up at 12. And you can lock the selection so that they can't change it. You can do it that way too. Now, let's say you want to assign the students a level. You could make a different sort of class, like if you want to create a new class and you want to just have like 3 or 4 kids that need to read at a different level, then you can, like, say, first period primary and first period B. You can just assign it that way so that your kids that have a little bit of a struggle with reading, or maybe your advanced kids, can get a different level of text. Okay? Now, that's how you make the assignment. So let's go back to this create a new class thing. You can do that by simply importing from Google Classroom. Okay? So I'm going to use Google Classroom. And I'm going to do my Computer Science Discovery second semester. I'm going to start giving them Newsela articles. And I'm going to say import selected class. Oh, select grade, sorry. 8th grade. Now it's going to let me import the selected class. And you can do more than one class at a time. I just have one. Your classes have been imported. Great. So now there it is. I've got my new Google Classroom, my second period computer science discoveries in here. So I can now assign them articles. The other thing that's really cool about the Pro subscription is your binder. So let's look at my assignments that I've given. Okay. So let's just look at my computer science class. 10 of 4 students viewed. So let's look at this app developer article because I gave them a choice, right? And you can see, and this will be real time too, you can see if they've answered the quiz. You can grade the open-ended response. You can see what they're making on the quiz. You can see if they downgraded their level, which some of them did, okay? And you can see annotations that you had them make too. So if they made annotations, if you said you must make such and such annotation on this article, okay, then you will see that. Now let's say, sneaky little Nate, right? He decided to go down to level 6. You can request a write revision, okay? And you can also just tell him, do it again, like I did right here. I'm like, Nate, I see that you were on level 6. Go ahead and do that again at level 8. So that right there is where you can see what they're doing. So if you have this screen up during your class while they're doing the activity, you can see everything, okay? You can look at power words. Power words are the vocabulary portion of the little quizzes, okay? You also have the reading summary. You have the activity feed right there, so you can see what they're doing. And of course, back to the assignments. So we'll look at this one too, create an app and win a prize. And you can see it student by student as well. If you can see what they're doing. So there you go. It's pretty darn simple. If you want to make your own collections, you can. Right here, about custom collections, you can add your own. If you want to make your own text sets, you can do that. So let's look at that real quick. Create new text set. Let's say I'm going to do something for Of Mice and Men. Remember, I'm from high school. And then I'm going to say create. Oops, there's probably, oh, okay. Research. Create. And now if I want to create a text set, I can go in here, go back to search, and I could go Great Depression. And I can just choose this article. And right here, there it goes, add to a text set. So I can add it to my Of Mice and Men. So you can create nonfiction articles to go along with any reading, any unit, all on your own. So I think that's about it. If you need any further help, go ahead and get back with me. Feel free to email me anytime you want to use this. It's really cool. It's really wonderful. And it's for all content areas. I have not seen a content area yet that could not use Newsela. That's it.